As a football fan, the end of the season is a sad time. We, of course, get a bit of a respite this year because we get even more football as the Euros and the Copa America do kick off. But we're always looking forward to the new thing, the new season. And of course, with that comes brand new football shirts. They seem to be getting released earlier and earlier every single year. And this year is no different. And we're going to be today looking at the brand new Liverpool home jersey from Nike. The other day we looked at the PSG home, that's sustainability property, so if you want to check that out, click up in the top corner. If you do want to pick up either of these jerseys or any of the more environmentally sustainable Nike jerseys from the next season, then do hit the link in the top pinned comment down below. And of course, get subscribed to the channel, like this video, and say hi to me. I'm James. Let's go. Before we jump into kind of the details, a little bit about the environmental sustainability, let's just take a look at what this jersey looks like. So it's obviously in the classic Liverpool red. It wouldn't be in anything else. If there was, there would be absolute uproar, I am sure. And then we've got this kind of, I suppose, lightning bolt pattern in a really bright red. It's almost an orange that runs down the shirt all the way across. And this very much reminds me of, if you remember that Roma shirt from a couple of seasons ago, the away one with the big lightning bolt that runs through it. It just seems like a simplified version of that. And considering Roma influences, I don't know if this is just because I'm slightly Roma biased, but the taping down the edge here, so the way that this is built and this kind of side portion, see if I can get you a good look at it. This colour and the way that this just sits and is designed also gives me a couple of Roma vibes, I have to admit. There's a lot of Roma in a Liverpool shirt if I'm looking for it. Things that are far less Roma are the inspirations for this jersey. So this is inspired by the 1964 Liverpool home shirt, or the Liverpool home kit, and that's because that is the first year that Liverpool switched from using the white shorts to what we now know as the all-red kit. Now, if you look back at a picture of that jersey, it has cuffs, white cuffs, and a white collar trim, and Nike have taken inspiration from that to give you these big, noticeable, bright orange cuffs. It's only a small reference, a small callback, but I do like those kind of things, and this is absolutely in there. Of course, we've still got this kind of newer Liverpool design of their crest, which is the liver bird with the LFC underneath. Something a lot of clubs are doing is going to this more modern, minimalist style of badge. Juventus springs to mind. It does kind of work better in modern day football, but I have to say, I do miss the old kind of circular, or in Liverpool's case, the badge-shaped crest? Is that what you call it? It's just because I'm old, isn't it? Speaking of being old, the trim around the back of the collar here, this particular colour actually isn't black, which is what I thought it was when I saw the original images. This is kind of a green type colour, which I know Liverpool have had green and white away shirts for quite some time and they've used them fairly recently, but this particular one just reminds me, it's a particular Liverpool green and white shirt, and it's got Robbie Fowler written all over it. There's something about this particular colour combination, the material and the way it looks, that it's screaming Robbie Fowler at me. Let me know what you think. Is there a particular player that kind of throws you back to that colour on a Liverpool jersey? Now, there are a couple of very important things to mention on this particular jersey. One being that this is part of Nike's Move to Zero campaign. Nike have done this with pretty much all of their jerseys for this next season, which means that their jerseys are at least 75% recycled fibers. Did a whole video on this the other day if you do want to check it out, but it's a huge step forward. It's part of Nike's program, and this little logo up in the top here, in the back, this is also representative of that. This is Nike's cyclability logo, and if you see this on something, it's basically a really good sign that Nike have started taking steps to make something just more environmentally friendly, more environmentally sustainable, and it's part of their Move to Zero campaign, and I can't be mad at that. If you do want more details on that, and I do strongly suggest checking it out, then check out my video that I released on it very recently. Something essential to Liverpool and represented on this shirt very effectively is the 96 that we have on the back here. And this is to represent the tragic loss of those 96 lives at the Hillsborough disaster and the flames on either side, of course, that these 96 will never be forgotten. Sometimes football, for all its rivalries and everything that stands between us, is transcended by bigger things, and the Hillsborough disaster and these 96 people will always be one of those things, and it's always nice to see that represented on a Liverpool jersey. And the fact that Liverpool still continue to honour those particular people, I think, is a very classy move and something that, again, we should never really forget, and Liverpool obviously never will. I did kind of skip over the Expedia on the sleeve here, mainly because I don't really like sleeve brandings. I think they make the shirts look cheap, but I understand clubs got to make money in that instance, so I'll let that one slide. Never mind, let's not get back into the Super League. I ranted enough about that. And that there is the brand new Liverpool home shirt for next season. I don't think it's an absolute classic, but there's some really nice touches in there, and honestly, I am hyped about any jersey that's moving towards being more sustainable, and the fact that this is doing it means that it has to get a thumbs up. If we could just, maybe, yeah, we'll hide the badge. Makes me feel better. If you do want to cop this jersey, any of the current season Nike jerseys, or pretty much anything you see behind me, do hit the link in the top pinned comment down below. It helps support the channel, don't you know? What else supports the channel? Hitting the like button, getting subscribed, and letting me know down in the comments what you think of this jersey, and what's your favorite jersey that's been released so far. Am I annoying you by saying the word jersey when I'm clearly English and it's a shirt? I don't know why I do it. I really don't. So before somebody does shout at me, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I've been James, this has been BootWizard, and we'll see you soon.